Hey everybody, it is a rainy Wednesday and it's about 55 degrees right now, which means it's relatively warm. And being one of the first rains of the spring season means that it's time for amphibians to move towards their breeding grounds, particularly terrestrial ones that live in the woodlands and are migrating towards vernal pools. Now tonight, I'll be heading down to a local spot near my house where I will be helping them cross the road safely and avoid getting hit by cars. And it's gonna be a great time. I'm so excited to see some really cool species tonight. So come along, let me show you. So, why do they migrate now? Well, the reason why is because of a lot of different factors. First of all, they really want to get to those breeding grounds really early on so that they avoid predators like reptiles and mammals and a lot of other critters that are coming out of hibernation around now. Another thing is that, like all amphibians, they need to stay moist. So if they're coming out at nighttime during a dry period of time, it is going to be significantly harder for that longer distance. Now, some of these amphibians cross about 1,000 feet. Now, that doesn't seem like much for somebody like us, but these things walk really slow. Some of them are incredibly pregnant. Like wood frogs have about 3,000 eggs in them that they're waiting to get fertilized by the males at the pond. Now, vernal pools, they're a bit different than your ordinary pond because they have no inflow of water, and that kind of leaves them without a lot of predators that you would see in a stream that has a lot of other animals like fish. It is a very special body of water. That is why a lot of amphibians that really need to breed somewhere where the babies have the least chance of being eaten, that's why they breed in these vernal pools. They're perfect little spaces usually found right in the middle of their habitat of the woodlands. And all the amphibians in the area migrate to these spots. The reason why it's so important for us conservationists to keep track of them crossing over is to not only check on their populations, but also make sure and ensure that they get across the road. Not many people see frogs and salamanders as they're crossing the road. It is quite challenging, especially on a rainy night. And by doing it at these high traffic areas for amphibians, it's really effective at helping the population in the area. So we're on our way right now. It's quite rainy. It should peter out a little bit. It's not going to be as rainy later on in the evening around 10 o'clock, but we're going to see what species we find. So I'm really looking forward to it. So as you can see, we're finally on site for the Amphibian Crossing, and this is where they'll be coming from. And that is where they're going, right down to this vernal pool. It's pretty large, actually. You can hear all that activity. You can hear the wood frogs, which are cackling in there. We also have lots of spring peepers calling. So let's check on the roads. Let's keep on helping them across. Here we are. Alright. Here we have a nice looking wood frog. Looks like it just finished up in the vernal pool over there. And now we're going to move him across to his woodland home. Notice has the kind of dark around the eye, kind of pretty plain brown back with the stripes on the legs. Let's move him over. There we go. Perfectly camouflaged too. Look how large this pregnant female is. It's beautiful. It's got a much lighter color on it. You going, buddy? My first one of the night. Oh. Does not want to stay still. It's a nice spring peeper. You notice it has a nice X on the back of it that identifies it. They're really small. They're also incredibly hard to catch, from what it seems. Things are really starting to pick up. A lot more amphibians are coming out with the dark, and that's a good sign. Definitely a very good sign. Finally, a nice spotted salamander. Love these guys. Absolutely beautiful. Here we got a nice Jefferson salamander. Doesn't have any spots. Pretty dark purple. Got some ridges on the side of the belly that are pretty clear. Looks kind of worm-like. Another spotted salamander. Really nice looking individual. Sit on my clipboard and moving along. Here we have what we call a DOR, spotted salamander. Did not make it. That's why I gotta act quickly out here as people that are crossing these beautiful amphibians. Saw this one squid before my eyes. Really wish I could make it to it. Thus, do what you can. It's alive. Nice. American toad. Look at that lumpy. Ew. It's peeing on me. Like they usually do. These guys also have those poison glands within their skin, which many think are warts. This ugly looking fella. Pretty good size too. Goodness gracious. Bud. Here we have two wood frogs that are performing external fertilization. See the females on the bottom, male on the top. They really just could not wait. Get to the other side as quickly as possible. Second of the night, red spotted newt. Just when I thought the night's over, when the rain stopped, we have another spotted salamander heading back home after a long breeding time. Moving. See you, buddy. Down into the earth he goes. One last spring peeper for the night. See ya, buddy. Glad you're still alive. Whew! What a long night of amphibians. It was truly a blast. We had a good amount of activity. It was awesome. I enjoyed that. If you're ever interested in getting involved in amphibian crossings near you, I would definitely check out your local Fish and Wildlife and see if you can get involved for volunteering. Well, that's all I have for today, but until next time, I'll see you out in the field. sleepers are moving. Come on. Oh, not into sleep. Not into sleep. Come on. Out, out, out. There we go. You little rascal. I love them, but I hate them. Come on.